If you're watching, get out. This is the adult only section for tonight's live stream. Get ready to kick off tonight a Tuesday evening live stream in La Casa de la Hondo. How are you guys doing this Tuesday evening? We are live, we're back, and we're ready to talk about Disney World. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys, how's everyone doing? How are you guys doing today, Steph? How are you?
I'm good.
I feel like we haven't really seen each other much because we've been working nonstop.
Yes.
So it's like we finally get the chance to actually, oh, hey, hi. Hello, fiance. How are you doing? Take my hand. How you doing? Great.
I'm good.
All right, welcome back to work. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys are doing good this Tuesday evening. We are going to be discussing Codename Halloween Horror Nights from our recent video that we just released a couple days ago. I don't know what day. It was a few days, 2-3 days ago or something like that. I do want to get on here.
Saturday.
What is today? Tuesday. Yes. Saturday. Whatever. We're not doing math today. I do want to say this, though. A huge thank you to all of you guys for the support that we have been receiving these past few weeks. It's been incredible. We have been battling life as everybody has been battling life recently. It's been tough, but we're getting there. You know, we're figuring it out. We're making changes and stuff. And we're finally being able to put more time into the channel, get some videos going, get some live streams going. And I'll tell you what, I'm excited for this live stream. I'm excited to be here because today we're going to be discussing the code names for this year's Halloween Horror Nights 2024. We currently have 8 public. We're going to be discussing some logistic changes as well. Technically, I don't want to discuss that just because I want to save that for our logistics video, which we decided to actually schedule that earlier than we initially were. It's supposed to be next week. I think we're going to try to push that and get it this weekend. No promises. You know how we are. So we're going to talk about some logistic changes and things. We know we got new permits at Universal. And then we're going to talk about some other things within the park that might somewhat have relation to HHN. But the majority of this is basically talking about those code names, the current 8 public ones that we have. I keep hearing your mic. It's your, I think your zipper that keeps hitting it. I don't know. It's something. Maybe it's the chair hit when you move. It's hitting the table. I don't know. Hopefully nobody else can really hear that like I can. However, we're going to be diving into that. And we didn't really have the time for Steph and I to actually discuss what we think each codename could be. I have a couple of my own. I wonder if you have some of your own, so I'll be interested to hear your take on that. But really, tonight's live stream is going to be interactive with you guys. We're going to be talking with y'all. We're going to be reading y'all's comments. I'm going to have Steph. She's going to be in charge of that. We're going to be seeing what you guys think. Just kind of, relay that to the community as we will. And then just kind of see what we think. Just have fun with it because none of this is official. We're not an official anything. We're just 2 kids who don't know what they're doing that like to talk about HHN. So we're just going to be doing that. Just want to put that out there because we know some people, they sometimes take this a little too serious. This is for fun. We're going to have a good time. And then we also have a special announcement today. So much so that I'm going to go ahead and do this. Bada boom, bada bing. We have something on the screen. And there it is. An announcement 15 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. So stay tuned for that. I think our Fright Club people might know about that, but we'll see.
We have to keep an eye on that.
I think we should just kind of like get kicked off, get right in. But I do need to say this. I can't pull it up. You're going to have to be in charge of this. Remember that. I don't think you have it on the right screen. I'm going to circulate here so you can see what I'm saying. Keep an eye on that, yeah, because I can't see it on my end. Perfect. Maybe. Yes. Perfect. But I want to kick off the live stream by saying, Adam Smith, my man, welcome to the Fright Club beginners. Just joined in. Great to have you on board. To all of our Fright Club members that I see currently in the chat and everybody else, great having you guys in. I'm excited. I'm really excited because I feel like we're finally we're in the off season still, but we're kind of in the what I call the dead season, where like anything and everything, people are throwing stuff out there. We're waiting to hear some stuff. Now the fact that we're at the very end of February, we're getting into March, we can expect some bigger speculations. We know Horror Nights Nightmares. They're still around. They're rocking and rolling. We love those guys. That team over there, Horror Nights Nightmares. Praying to see a map. It'd be awesome to see that. No rush. We know it. There's a lot of work that goes into it. But usually in past years, around this time frame, this is when we can kind of expect when this come around. We could potentially be talking about when are we going to be seeing an announcement from Halloween Horror Nights and Universal. That's coming in the mix. I know John Murdy's been tweeting away, and there's something he's been talking about recently that's kind of got us intrigued, saying like, oh, what is that? So that's another thing too that's kind of going on for the West Coast folks out there, and just really in general, Universal as a company, as a whole, is just moving along. There's a lot of big changes coming in. So if you're a Universal fan, like we are, big Universal fans, this is like the time to really start getting excited, to really buckle in, because I think we have big announcements coming in the near future.
Yeah,
pretty darn soon.
There's a lot going on.
There is. So Adam Smith, welcome to the Fright Club beginners. Let's oh my gosh, do we just go right at it?
Sure.
Right for the jugular? Jugular? Bueller. Let's go in it. So as you can see how prepared I am. Got a little notepad here with the code names that have nothing written except for the code names, just because we haven't had the time. But the first one I want to talk about, right? We're gonna get into it. I'm gonna try to look as much as I can at y'all's comments over here. I got it way off to the side. Stuff's got it over there too. She'll keep an eye on it. But the first code name that I want to dive into, as we're 12 minutes away from our announcements, is Cobbler. Cobbler, right? So Cobbler, if anybody has any things they want to write in, put in the chat, you know, what they think Cobbler could be, by all means, go ahead. This is what I was thinking, right? I looked at the past 2 years of code names, 2023, 2022. I even looked way in the past. I've gone, I think, 8 years of code names in the past. And I've tried finding a pattern and what's kind of been used for. And I really honed in on the last 2 years, just kind of see. I found patterns of word within the word with a meaning that's in relation, and sometimes letters that implicate a meaning as well as a number or a statement. And so when I looked at Cobbler, I looked at what I think I don't think I actually mentioned this, but it's also it's not the word in the word, but it's also like what am I thinking of? Like words that rhyme in a way, like, you know, something that kind of sounds like it. So I want to
an alliteration or like an actual rhyme.
You, my friend, are talking big words that I don't know. This is English professor over here, grammar whiz.
Oh.
I did math. I was never good at English. Here I am speaking that language and I failed. Anyways, Cobbler. The one I want to start with is cobbler, 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 cobble, cobble. You take the R off. Cobble, cobble, gobble, gobble, gobble. Turkey. Turkey represents Thanksgiving, the film Thanksgiving.
That's what you think?
That was one of them. That was one of the first ones that I originally thought
Cobble,
of.
gobble.
It was cobbler, cobbler. You take the R off. You got cobble. You add the G. Kind of sounds like gobble. What makes a gobble sound? Gobble, 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 right? Turkey, Thanksgiving represented the holiday. Boom.
I have seen a few people put in the chat that it could be like corn on the cob.
Yes, that's it. Okay. Should I just list them all out then?
But I really hope not, because I don't want a hurricane this year.
Should I list all mine out?
Sure.
Okay, so cobble, cobble, gobble, gobble, whatever, right? Thanksgiving, the film Thanksgiving. I think that'd be actually a really good house. I think Thanksgiving, that film that came out.
I have no idea.
Was it before Christmas?
Yeah, it must have been.
Do you get chat? Pull this up. Do you guys know when Thanksgiving came out? And if you say on Thanksgiving Day, I'm gonna be really. Wait, it wasn't on Thanksgiving Day though.
No, but it was around. I think it was around then.
I have no idea.
Because it wasn't. It was before the New Year.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys know.
Mid-November.
Mid-November. Okay, yeah, just right before Thanksgiving. So.
Some people are saying scary tales for cobbler.
Okay, all right. I like scary tales.
That could be cool.
We're going to into that. Let me just list off kind of what I said, and then I want to see what you guys are saying.
Or do you want to go one by one?
What do you mean?
Like, instead of you just listing all yours, like we talk about cobbler first.
That's all we're talking about first.
Oh,
but I have multiple for cobbler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got multiple, right? So cobbler, I got Thanksgiving for, like, I'm not going to repeat myself with that. Another one is cob, corn on the cob. I saw a lot of people saying that. That is another one that I said. However, even more than corn on the cob, because you know what corn does at HHN. We're going to try to stay away from that. If you take blur, you take that out of there, right? And you add just cob, like corn on the cob, but instead cob web, spiders, And we know there's a lot of spiders film. Shout out, I'm sorry I forgot your name. Shout out to whoever the viewer was that commented on our last video, the Codenames video. They hit the nail on the head with that spider's web, because that's something I was thinking about. Because this year there's a lot of spider films and stuff. And we know recently, we had the Bugs house at HHN 31. And then last year for Legend of the Forest. What am I talking about?
I have no idea.
Jungle of Doom. We also had spiders in there and stuff.
That's true.
And I was just thinking, like, for an original house, I think it'd be terrifying, but I think it'd be incredible if we actually had like a spider infestation type of house, but it's far more serious than what like the Bugs Ain't Alive gave us. And I'm kind of thinking on the lines of like, imagine, you're on a like outskirts suburban. You can either play where you make it very rural or very city like. I like the idea of city because I feel like you can really get into some tight knit areas to make it really scary. And imagine like you go to a big city, let's say New York, whatever, New York. Wait, Orlando. Hello. Let's say Orlando, right? And you're in the suburban area and there's this house that is closed down, and it's got roped off and all that stuff. And the government's got labels and signs, warnings, and it's like spider infestation or whatever. However, when you go through that, like you're one of like the agents or something, you actually go through that into the house and there's like a cellar. You find there's this huge gaping hole in the house and it goes down into this underground cave system that leads under the city where these spiders have been nesting and growing. And they became these huge 8-legged freaks who are like, they're just like nesting for their time, waiting to come out from underground and make their presence known. Just because they're getting too big, they have to come out to the surface. And because they're in a bigger city like Orlando, imagine like, they take the alleyways, they take the streets, and you can have this massive carnage and stuff. But imagine all these spider webs and people wrapped up in cobwebs and all that stuff as the victims, and they fall prey to these spiders. And you can make these giant spider-like creatures and stuff. If you have the scare actors, right? You can have some that are like puppets, like spiders. You can have a giant animatronic one maybe at the end, like they did in Bugs. Play along with that giant spider, maybe go with that story if they wanted to, but then have the like maybe some of the mutant people and stuff from the spiders and stuff that was taken from the suburban area. So I don't know. That was an idea that I had that I really love. Remember, this is nothing official. This is all for fun. I'm sure you guys have really cool ideas too, but those are the three that I was thinking. And I didn't really elaborate on the corn on the cob one, but I really wanted to spend time on the cobweb, because I thought that was really neat with all the spider film stuff we're getting this year.
Cool.
Anything for you? No.
Nope.
Okay, cool. Hey, that's fine.
I'm just reading what other people are saying.
Can you tell me what some of the folks in the chat said?
Someone said because cobbler is like a American dish, like colonial America, witch trials, things like that. Chris had an interesting one about it somehow being Walking Dead related because of a baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire, which could be, well, I guess, baseball bat could be anything. Could be Stranger Things.
Do you hear that?
It's an airplane.
Dang, that's loud. Wow. I was like, guys, I feel like there's an airplane coming through the house.
The microphones make it so we can hear like everything. I don't think that they can hear.
No, I don't think you guys can hear that. Can you guys hear this? Never mind. Anyways, let's move on.
Irfan said, I feel like the code names have nothing to do with the houses. It's just random words, which... Please
emphasize that for me.
Technically, they could be. Like, we talked about this, Brian and I talked about this last night or a few days ago, that like one year they're going to catch on that everybody's like deciphering all these codes and they're just going to like completely make it random and it has nothing to do with it. But if you look at like last year's and previous years, it always has something to do with it. So like Chucky last year was orange because of like the orange hair. The Last of Us was pear. It was like fruits and vegetables. Last of Us was pear because of a pear, like Joel and Ellie. Um,
And if you even let's go further back to 2022, the theme for it was kind of centered around things you can find in a bathroom.
Bathroom
So you had
stuff.
like I know razor was one for Halloween because the razor sharp blade
Yeah.
that Michael Myers uses. And then another one, give me another one that they had.
some of these are
Some were
really weird.
a little far fetched.
Yeah.
But I
Like-
think there was a good one that was like shampoo. Sorry, shampoo was like the weekend's hair. Things like that.
Yeah.
And that goes back to what I was kind of saying as we're 3 minutes away from our announcement. So stay tuned. As it goes back to what I was saying about there is a pattern in a sense of how they use the code names because they can, I believe, because it's not like they. Okay, let me collect my thoughts real quick. I feel like I have 10 million different things I want to talk to you guys about, but it's kind of like. One thing I want to say is I really would love to be in that room when they sit down and decide the code names. I feel like that's a lot of fun. And I feel like, they do this because it's fun and it's obviously easy for reference for them too. And I know the audience.
Oh, we had a super chat.
Oh, yeah. Hold up. Save that super chat. Save it. I saw it there. Lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. So, I feel like, they have a purpose for picking the code names because then they do put it on the, what is that called? The permits.
Yeah.
So they put it on the permits and stuff. And so those are like official, like recording things. So they, oof, I can hear it so much. But it's like general things. So like fruits, foods, colors, items, things like that. They can never really use like actual specific things that are like copyright things, I believe. I'm not too sure about the legality of it. But I think that's the case because it's like actual official permits that they file and stuff. So they go with these like randomized, like little categorized things. That's just easy to put together. And one thing Stephanie was, like she said recently, was what if they just say like, oh, flan, which we'll get to. Flan is for American Horror Story. Why? Because we said so. Period. Because we knew it. You guys can never figure out a relation to it. They can make it whatever they want to be, but I feel like they do enjoy having the reasons to it behind because if they get together and they decide what it's going to be, I feel like it's fun for them to do that. So why would they just be like, oh, it's going to be table because of that, period, whatever, because we said so. I feel like they're like, oh, like what if we say this? They're universal creative. They're going to be creative in everything they do, right? I can't see them just being like, unless the purpose is, hey, I have an idea.
Let's
You know
mess
those
with them,
you
yeah.
know those weird freaking YouTubers that talk about us year round trying to crack all the sources? I have an idea. Let's mess with them a little bit. So that could be the case too. I realize as we're finishing that up, and I do want to get to y'all's comments too. I know Steph's going to read a couple of them about Cobbler. We're going to get into the other ones. But I'm noticing in 10 seconds we have an announcement for you guys.
Do the super chat first.
Okay, super chat in 5 seconds. Here we go. I got to scroll all the way up.
No, you don't need to do it in 5 seconds. We can.
I know, I'm
the
kidding, I'm
announcement's just when that's over.
Ding ding announcement. It's over. We lose. Good day. Okay, so we got a $4.99 from Colby.
Sorry.
Sorry, it was so late.
Brian gets carried away sometimes, and then it just.
I will say if you do send super chats in this one, I do apologize if I'm going on a rant about some things. Just because I have so many things I want to talk about. I felt so pent up. I've also been sick for like the past 2 months. Yeah,
Super chat.
it's been crazy. All right, super chat. Yes, ma'am. Sorry. Yes, ma'am. Right away. I think John Murdy was talking about Silence of the Lambs when discussing about the nasty IP. Yeah, that super chat really relates to the tweets I think that John Murdy's kind of been talking about. If you guys follow John Murdy on Twitter, he's the guy that's on the West Coast. He's that guy. That's that world over there of HHN that we're not so knowledgeable in, but we will be talking about more this year. He's kind of been going on about one that's kind of disturbing, one that's kind of nasty. He's also been saying there's like this rabbit hole he's really been getting into that's like, what is that? It really, it's like, I do care, but I don't care about like, oh, he's going down a rabbit hole, all this. Like, okay, cool. But the fact that he mentioned that he hasn't been this much into a house and this excited in a long time, and seeing that from a creative person makes me excited.
Did he say specifically that is an IP that he's talking about?
I have no idea. Do you guys know? I'm looking for water. Oh. I don't know.
Because I could see someone going like way down a rabbit hole for an original that maybe they're researching like lore. Maybe it's, like how they did Monstrose. It's like urban legends and things like that. Like that would definitely put you down
All right.
a rabbit hole.
Monstrose, by the way, that brought back memories. Monstrose was awesome. If you guys remember Monstrose, that was awesome. But yeah, go ahead.
But if it is specifically an IP, I mean, I guess you could fall into a rabbit hole of like different things about that movie or that IP. But Silence of the Lambs would be interesting.
Did we have Silence of the Lambs at the event before?
Not that I recall.
Smarter people in the chat, please let us know.
It had a scene in All Night Dying, Take Two.
Oh, okay.
So there was a scene, but not a whole house.
Okay, sweet. But Kobe with the $4.99, we appreciate the super chat, my man. Thank you so much. Let's transition into that announcement, shall we? Okay,
Yeah.
I don't have, since we haven't had the time, unfortunately. I wanted to make a whole cool thing. If you guys know us, fireball through the wall kind of stuff, right? So just picture that cool stuff, right? I'm going to click one thing. I'm going to see if you guys know what it means. Boom, bada bing. Ladies and gentlemen, the Fright Club shop is actually now open. It's open. If you guys actually go down to the link
In the description,
that should lead you there. But if you go to www.frightclubshop.com, you guys can check out the official channel's merchandise page where we have what we are calling the opening phase. This is phase 1. It's an opening phase to the channel for the merchandise and stuff. So this is just some things that we were able to put together real quick, try to get some stuff out there. A lot of stuff
put together real quick.
No.
We've been working on this for a long time.
It's been a while, but what I mean is it's like we actually have so much more merch and different lines and products that we want.
Ideas, yeah.
Yes, that we want to do, but it's gonna take time for that. It's gonna take a long time for that. So in the meantime, we wanted to bring you guys some of the artwork and stuff that Stephanie has done. Some of them obviously right behind us, as you guys can see, those beautiful posters that I'm in love with myself, so much so that I had to buy them to put in the studio because they're that awesome. If you guys wonder how much it cost, it was 30-minute back rub for Stephanie with a couple of nights of or a couple mornings of coffee.
Fun Guy said, instructions unclear, bought Hondo. You can't have him, sorry.
We might potentially have a Hondo themed merch in the store down the road.
Yes.
So the items that are in the shop right now, they're currently public. They're currently live. Go check them out. Every purchase actually goes to helping support the channel so that we can create more content for you guys in the future and getting videos done. We also have some, we're working on the podcast still. I know I wanted to get that up earlier, but we want to make sure it's ready to go. We just unfortunately haven't had the time yet to dive into it fully, but we want to get the podcast going. We also have some short film ideas that we'll be getting into that we delayed for next year. I want to make sure those are ready to go as well. So we're focusing here on the channel mainly, and then we'll get into all that fun stuff with some show. We got some live stream shows coming up too for our countdown to HHN in August. So all of that, if you guys purchase anything, it goes to helping us continue the store or continue the channel and get things going and stuff. So we appreciate anything. Of course, you don't have to buy anything. You don't have to donate. You don't have to do any of that. Just watching us means the world to us. We do it because we love being here to talk with you guys. So, if you feel like, I want to support, but do not worry about it. Just sitting here chatting with us means the world to us. But every little bit does go to helping us continue this. So appreciate it to all of you guys, Fright Club members. We love the support that we've been seeing. We have members coming up to 2 years this year as well, which will be really interesting and fun. And like I said, we have a lot more merch coming to the store.
Yes, I would. I am trying to get the 32 poster on a blanket. I saw somebody said that. I just have to work with some
of the colors. Yeah,
the colors in that poster are a little bit harder to work with than this one, just because there's so much gradient in that one. So I'm working on it, but hopefully we can have that. And then the other question about the posters, it is the same size as these ones.
Yes. Same size, 24 by 36.
It's just the poster. It's not framed, but it is the same exact size as these.
Yeah, we were gonna do framed ones. However, the shipping for the framed ones was gonna cost
It was
ridiculous, and we didn't want you guys paying that much for shipping. So we said, you know what, can it? You guys could probably get the poster and then buy a frame for it way cheaper than buying it through us with a frame.
I bought these frames on Amazon for like, I want to say it was like $50 for a 2-pack, and it was gonna be that much each poster to frame it and ship it.
Yeah. I also want to say this too. We have these 2 posters. We have the mug. I think one of them, or do we have both? We have both of those mugs that we have on there. If you guys remember, we also have Nightmare Fuel. So I know Chris does things. I know you're in the chat there, and I saw him say blanket earlier. Wait till you get your Nightmare Fuel blanket if you're wanting to get that. But we have a couple of things. We also have like tumblers coming in. We're looking at other hats. We have different hoodies. We have all different kinds of lines that we're doing. So kind of like our series videos, we're going to be doing different lines of merchandise. So one that I like to call the Skull and Bones. We're looking at Skull and Bones. We're looking at Children of the Night. And one that I've never told Stephanie that I'm interested in looking at. This might be a little too far-fetched, but the gore horror. So I'm thinking about doing something like that. I don't know yet. But,
what is that?
I don't know. I mean, either gourds of horror, like horror or something. I don't know. Like, I'll figure it out. But I'm wanting to find a different line that's kind of like more edgy than the other ones that we have. So we'll see. That's something for Chris.
And then to answer one other question, and then we'll get on with the codes.
Yeah.
Shoot, I lost the
gore horror.
Yeah, I lost the question. Oh, how does the dark green look on the hats? So we haven't seen every single piece of merchandise like in person. So I would recommend for the shirts, the sweatshirt, and the hats, like play it safe.
Yeah.
If you think that the colors might look a little weird, like
I would highly recommend
the black or the white.
Yeah, black, whites. Keep it
or
simple,
the, like,
primary.
khaki, sand, like those colors.
Yes.
I removed some of the color options that were really like clashing really bad, but I left some of them on there. But we don't know exactly how it'll look like.
Yeah,
so
this is actually extremely new territory for Steph and I. We try to make sure we did all the background research that we could for you guys. We try to put as many options as possible out there for you guys. If you want different colors, go for it. But we recommend really majority of this stuff is meant to be in black. That's really kind of the ideal black, dark colors, simple like that. And we just wanted to put just the Fright Club logo. That's what we wanted for right now. Just kind of start it to see how it goes. And then we're really going to start transitioning other things into those lines that we want to get where we have some like darker merch and things like that. Would be really cool. Plus the limited time posters that stuff will have. Because we have 2 other posters too that will be coming to the shop. We'll kind of be doing like not in every month, but maybe in every other month we'll release a poster or something like that. Whether it's one we've already created or one that we're working on. We're still kind of in the process, but if you guys have any like suggestions or things that you guys want to see from us or things that you think would be really cool, always leave a comment down. Let us know because we'll always take that into consideration and see if we can make that work.
Yeah, and then same with like shipping. I know someone asked if we ship to Canada. We aren't doing the shipping personally. It's through like the website that we're working with. They should. I think it's international. It just might be more expensive
because of shipping.
Yes.
Our Canadian friends, I've shipped things to you before. It's a surprise.
Also, the shipping is based on the items. So if you notice that, shipping is a little high for something that you want, you switch around what you get, and the shipping might change a little. We're still trying to figure everything out. This is the first time we've done anything like this, so we're still trying to figure out how to make shipping as affordable as we possibly can, but a lot of that unfortunately is not within our control because we're not like personally shipping everything out.
We're newbies. If we, by the miracle of God himself, if we get to a point where we can then do like our own merch and stuff, we'll take care of all that more hands-on. But it's all through like Shopify, Printful, like that kind of stuff. But I do want to say, Joseph Turner, welcome back to the Fright Club.
Yes.
Fright Club beginner, my man. Great having you on board. But hey, that's enough with the shop and stuff. I want to talk about code names.
If you have any specific questions about that stuff, you can
comment down. We'll try to get to the comments. That's a good question. Where can they go?
I would.
Do you want to send an email?
Yes. Actually, that's a good idea.
Okay, cool.
We do have an email that you can send to.
Yeah, Steph's got an email set up. Do you want me to just read it out? You want to type it in the comments?
I'll type it.
Yeah, it's actually, if you guys have any questions or anything, you want to make sure that everything runs smoothly or anything like that.
It's literally just brianfromorlando@gmail.com.
Yes. So just email brianfromorlando@gmail.com if you guys have any questions like that. We'll be sure to pull it up and make sure that we get your questions answered and heard versus having to do it publicly or whatever you guys need to. We can do that more personally. But that's as personal as it gets. All right.
Also, for our international people, if it does say like that you can't ship to wherever you are, if it's like US shipping only, let us know. We'll figure something out for you.
Yeah. If like Steph and I needs to purchase it
and then ship
and stuff, we can make something work out. Yeah. So just email that us. I didn't even, and that's the thing too. Like, we got into so much work in that. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but we got so much into that. And then I was like, as we're doing this, I'm like, oh my God, what about international? I forget we have people from around the world that watch like HHN stuff, which is so cool. But speaking of HHN, let's get back into it. As Shanna, member for 9 months, by the way, almost a year for the Fright Club, but I have been here since the beginning, and she has. And that's the thing too. Like whenever I say, we have Fright Club members that's coming around for 2 years, we have people that's a part of the Fright Club that's been with us since the beginning. And we know you guys. Shout out to you guys. We appreciate all the support since the beginning, just since the creation of the Fright Club. That's just kind of what we go by. So, you guys ready to get back into speculation? The fun stuff. I noticed so many people left. They're like, "Can we please get back to HHN, please?"
All right.
Fine.
We're going.
Jesus, Hondo, keep it down. Okay, so cobbler, right? We got into cobbler. You guys heard the gobble gobble, corn on the cob, spider cob web kind of stuff. The next one that I have on the list. S'more. S''MORE. S'more.
One singular s'more.
Just one. And that plays a big part into what s'more could be. Ghostbusters. Anyways, s'mores, yeah, I mean, come on. Everybody's talking about Ghostbusters coming to the event. Everybody's talking about Ghostbusters coming to Universal. Everybody's talking about Ghostbusters coming to the theater. Everybody's talking about Ghostbusters coming to the new Universal Parade. Ghostbusters is everywhere.
Everywhere.
And I am A-okay with it. I am totally okay with it.
Yeah, do we think that's too easy?
That's what I feel like. I feel like that's too easy. Like, come on. But then again, it's like, do they want us to know that? Yeah, it's Ghostbusters. Get excited. Go see the film. Promote it in a sense like that.
Maybe.
Because the movie comes out March 22nd. Or March 8th.
I don't know.
Hey, who knows the opening day? Dates are not the greatest with us when it comes to this.
Spores.
Oh, play on words, right? Like cobble gobble, s'more, spores. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's part of the pattern we've had. I mean, that's true, Hey, and just like somebody said, just in time for the first HH announcement. Possibly around that time, that's where it's coming up to.
We'll see.
Another thing, too, is Friday the 13th, Camp Crystal Lake. I will say this to my fans of Five Nights at Freddy's. I will get to you guys in a second. Please sit back and hold tight. But to my fans of Friday the 13th, I don't think we're getting Jason this year. Unfortunately, I do not think we're getting him. I think we're going to wait for that Camp Crystal Lake show, which I think is going to be next year.
I don't know.
I think that's later. So if that's in the conversation, I think once that's out, then yes, we can have a conversation about that. But I don't think it's going to be for this year. So
I did see someone said I lost it, so I don't know who said this. I'm sorry, but someone had commented s'more, like some more, could be a sequel to a past house. And someone had asked, could some of these be original houses, which yes,
Absolutely.
some of them will be.
Yes.
So could be an original sequel to a previous, maybe like Scary Ohio house.
That would be neat.
Yep.
I love our like Cary, Ohio, like lore and things that we get. Actually I never thought of that. Like some more. What if we get the Sandlot? And it's just that one scene.
It's just the dog.
Oh, I was thinking of the scene where he's like, "You want some more? Some
more
more
what?
You take the graham
You
cracker.
take the mallow.
Yeah, you put the chocolate on the graham cracker, and you get the mallow.
It's definitely Sandlot.
It's got to be Sandlot. But yeah, no, I feel like a lot of people are really siding with Ghostbusters as the s'more code name.
Or Marshmallow Marsh, like creature from the Black Lagoon. All right. That's enough.
Yeah, I didn't think of that either. Actually, do I have one that was? I mean, I know there is one that somebody mentioned that could be kind of like creature, which I can see. But I mean, if we're really going far-fetched and diving deep, s'more. You have a marshmallow key component. What's in the word marshmallow? Marsh. Who lives in the marsh? Under the sea. Creature
Who lives
from the
in
Black
a pineapple?
Lagoon.
SpongeBob house.
So that's another thing. Here, let's talk about creature for a second, if you don't mind, taking a little spin from code names. With creature, I feel like the community is very split because for years we've been wanting and speculating and asking for a creature house. Question is, are we actually going to get one? And if so, when is that? I 100% do believe we will get a creature house. I do. John Murdy, even on the West Coast himself, he said they want to do a creature house. Here's where the community gets split. They use that tweet as him saying, we're not doing it this year. Remember who John Murdy is. John Murdy is a West Coast boy that doesn't even live in the United States. He's on the West Coast. He said he wants to make sure that we can do it properly. Well, here on the East Coast in Orlando, we can. We have the sound stages. We have a higher budget, the production and stuff like that. We're able to do more of a scale compared to what Hollywood can. So what if, and I know a lot of people saying Hollywood's getting it, not Universal, and I'm hearing all this kind of stuff. Remember, it's all speculation. Nobody really knows what's going on unless you're on the inside. But I feel like they know that people have been wanting creature, and they've known that for a long time. It's not something that just got brought up. We've been wanting this for a couple of years. We've been speculating it. When we saw creature from the Bride of Frankenstein Lives house, that little Easter egg, everyone's like, oh, we're gonna get it, blah blah blah. We're getting. I believe we're gonna get it. I think there is a good fan base push for it. I think anything Universal Classic Monster is good. I think it's gonna work no matter what. It's a good, safe, solid house to have, and creature is, I would say, one of the more advanced geological locations compared to the other monsters when it comes to transforming that into an actual haunted house, where it will take some time. But I feel like when you look back at HHN 31 and how they did Dead Man's Pier, Legends Collide, they did Blood Moon last year, and I think they use that VR, that new technology they were talking about in 31, and how they were able to scale the house, and that's why they were able to make Legends Collide and Dead Man's Pier the way they were, where it's like you felt like you were in it no matter where. You could see things further happening because they made it VR wise. I feel like that's something they'll use if they did a creature house, and it's something that, and it not really to kind of see other distances and all that stuff, but really to make sure that if you have underwater scenes or anything like that, it's like to the point in detail. I feel like we're far enough in technology and knowledge and creative minds at Universal to make that happen, especially here on the East Coast. The question is, do they want to go that route? And I even have kind of a mindset and an idea what I think the plan with the Universal Monsters is. And I feel like they have an anniversary year coming up for it that they're going to do some big things with. And it's not this year. So why not use Creature this year?
Sure.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
I did see Chris said that he could care less for a creature house, and I have to agree.
Yeah, that's all we're going to say because that last part of it was kind of bogus.
Underwater houses.
Yeah, but creature isn't fully underwater.
Water based.
Oh, come
Bodies
on.
of water based houses.
Bodies of water. This house has to do with water. I hate you.
It's not that I hate it. It's just like I don't have any interest.
You don't get excited for it.
Yeah, no. I'm like, okay.
You wouldn't be excited for the like the creature sound, you know, from 2019.
No.
And he comes on, he's like, I feel like a lot of people do love that though. I think a creature house can be really cool. But
I think I would be excited for a creature house because a lot of other people will be excited for it. But
yeah.
I just
Here's my question to you then. Let me ask you this. If they do a creature house, A, will it be a solo house? Just creature. B, will it be a mashup? Or C, will it be the ultimate mashup? And ultimate, I mean like what we had in 2019, closing that out, and he's just featured in it. Or are we going to actually get him to be kind of like a Legends Collide house where it was like really three main ones going at it?
I don't know. I don't think that I personally would want a standalone creature house. That's just me. But
Okay.
that's just me.
I hear you, America. Whatever you need. I'll be sure to tell him stuff doesn't want just a creature house, so scrap it.
I mean, if that's what they end up doing, I hope it's good. But I don't know. Just not like a few people have said in the chat, like he's not really scary. He's kind of dorky. And that's okay. That's why we love him. But it wouldn't be like, I don't think it'd be a scary house.
I see what you're saying.
He's not like super high energy either. You know what I mean? Like,
I see what you're saying.
I don't know.
I
That's
see what
just
you're
my
saying.
thought.
No, I respect that. I think, and I think that's where it becomes where Universal Creative and like John Murdy were just saying, we want to make sure we do it right. Where it's like they probably came across those questions that, you know, Steph, you're kind of talking about, where they're like, how can we make it scary? Like, how can we fit a story of this? How can we show him and have movements and stuff that look natural and at the same time menacing? They might be talking about questions like that too. So I think that's a good point.
If they do it, I hope they do it really good. But I did see, like, we're still on the topic of s'more, right? Irfan said it could be
You want
like
some more?
it could be the camp house because it's like
Yeah, the campy house. Like they could legitimately just say it's Renfield. Why? Because it's campy and funny, and s'mores campy and funny. They could do that. Killer clowns. They could say that. It could be anything.
yeah, right.
Literally could be anything.
We got a
Speaking of marshmallows and stuff.
super chat.
Super chat from Marshmallow Adventure 199 saying, what are they going to do with Nightmare Fuel?
I don't know. It seems like
I have an answer for that, but I feel like I wanted to save it for a logistics video.
it seems like we'll touch on it real quick, but
We'll touch on it real quick.
it does
We'll get
seem
to
like the Fuel Girls want to come back. We don't know if they are 100%. It's not a confirmation, but on their posts, on any sort of posts that have to do with Horror Nights, they're like, do you want us to come back? And I
Okay.
don't think they would say that if
This is the best way I can put it, right? Nightmare Fuel ended last year. The story they had ended last year. Unless they want to be like typical horror franchises that's like, we got the sixth one coming and we're extending the story, making it crazy. Yeah, right. I feel like Nightmare Fuel ended last year with the story. The Fuel Girls and the team at Nightmare Fuel, all those people, I know they want to come back. The fans of Halloween Horror Nights, I know they want them to come back. I know Halloween Horror Nights wants them to come back. So I don't see why they won't. Here's one thing I've been thinking about for some time. We could get it back as Nightmare Fuel because everybody knows it as Nightmare Fuel, and get a different rendition, different story that kind of follows around, you know, kind of their vibe. Or we get a different show with a different name, but bring the Fuel Girls back, as well as some other things, and change the show. Give it a different name. It's something new, but we have those elements that we had from previous shows.
Yeah.
Make it something bigger, and then kind of follow that route. Just because I know the fans want it, fans love it. I know Halloween Horror Nights has loved it because obviously it's done very well for the past 3 years that it's been there. It's done incredibly well. Numbers have been great. You know, the shows have been great. The energy's been great. it's been doing great. So I don't see why they would be like, no, we're not going to bring it back. We've already done it. I could see them still having the conversations of wanting it to come back. I just feel like the nightmare fuel that we got for the past 3 years going forward is going to be very different. And I hope it is. I would love to see what else can they do. Like, okay, I've seen the bed scene, the nightmare scene. I've seen that. Awesome. Love it still. But for the 4th year, it's like, okay, what more can we get? What more can we do? And I think if that is happening, if they're going to do it this year, I think that conversation's already been going on. I think it's already secured. I'd be surprised if it isn't. And if it's not, then that's okay. You know, they can make things work. But if they want to step it up, they need time to prepare and make this work out. That's my opinion. Case closed.
I just want it, if they do bring the Fuel Girls back, I just want it to be a different show. Even if they're in it, I just want it to be different somehow.
Can we get a 4th bed scene, Brian? No. Sorry. Yeah, three strikes you're out. Also, I got to pull this gentleman in as he is currently stalking the grounds in the chat. Jim Daniels with a 50. Oh my gosh, 50. Wondering why I am not as fired up for HHN this year. I don't want to stray away too far from the codename stuff because I realize we're already almost an hour in. I think we've only talked about 2 codenames. But Jim, I mean, this is a good question because if you guys remember, if you've been watching all the videos we made for this year too, and the past 2 live streams as well, the theme that I've been having for this year with HHN Universal is fork in the road. That is my theme. Last year it was logistics ? If you guys remember that, it was logistics last year. As you can see, things did change a lot last year. They made it work. But this year is fork in the road. What are the decisions moving forward? And I think the main part that everybody needs to focus on with it is mainly about, I think, announcement season. Because there are a lot of things changing within Universal. There's a lot of movements happening in Universal. We have Epic Universe, obviously a main focal point. That is going to do fantastic, guys. That Epic Universe video that they released, that's beautiful. We'll talk about Epic Universe at some point, not in this live stream because we have a lot to get to. But at one point, we will be talking about Epic Universe soon because it is a big deal and it's an incredible park and it's going to do wonders for Universal, and that company deserves all the praise that they can get for this park. But when it comes to HHN, I can see why people are not so excited because I think the past few years have been fun. They have been great. Don't get me wrong. They've been great, but I think there are things that are lacking that are bringing the energy down. And that's the main thing, is energy. I feel like that energy just hasn't been the same. I feel like we need to get that in a way. I don't know how. That is something in a situation where everybody sits down, has a conversation. We come up with solutions. Figure it out. We brainstorm. The team's great. But I feel like they're also spread thin on a lot of things too. So, yeah, fork in the road. That's the theme for this year. Pay attention to the announcement season, the spec season, kind of see how things are going and see if HHN's on top of it. If so, I say, hey, green light, everybody get ready, great year. If it's slow and there are things get delayed and all that kind of stuff, then yes, I'm going to put a caution flag out, just kind of say, keep an eye open, see kind of what we're expecting. So thank you, Jim Daniels, for the 50 and for another Brian rant right there. But following Jim's there, we also got It's Maui Time with the $4.99. HHN is going to see this live and do a year of only underwater houses, just the spite stuff. Love y'all. Good to have the spooky vibes again.
I would be so sad.
I'll be honest. If I said it, absolutely they would. If Seth says it, I don't think they will because everybody fears stuff and they should too. So I don't think they'll. If you're watching this Universal and HHN, please don't go down that road. You will lose. Take it from a guy who has experience.
No, but that would make me sad.
Yeah.
I would be like, yay, HHN. You good?
Yeah. My computer just kind of screamed at me. But anyways, yeah, Maui Time. Hey, appreciate the $4.99, man. I hope to see you again at HHN this year.
Yeah.
So, carrying on, as we can see, we have 144 people watching. Shout out to all of you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure you guys leave a like in the live stream if you can. It helps us a lot. And also, remember, the Fright Club shop is now officially open if you guys want to check that out.
Yes. We got another question about the posters
Oh,
and
yeah.
where
How
we
about
got them.
Can you... It's not... I have to go to El Baño.
Oh, okay.
That is bathroom in Spanish for you guys that don't know. All right, I'll be back.
Anyway.
Hold up. It might get loud.
What did you say? What do you want me to talk about?
I want you to answer the question.
Oh, yeah. There was a question about the posters and where we got them. So we made them, and we just opened our merch shop, and they're on there. So if you are interested in buying one, either one, both of these are on there right now, in the same size that we have them in, and that is at frightclubshop.com. Yeah, thankfully he's not taking the mic into the bathroom with him. He's leaving it out here. Otherwise that would be bad. Yes, so as far as meetups, we actually did do a meetup this last HHN on opening night. It's hard when we go pretty often, but it's hard when, you know, a lot of you guys are going for like just 1 week. You're not all coming on the same week. So it is a little bit hard to pick like when we do that and make sure that everybody is, you know, there at the same time. So we did opening night last year. We did like the first house all together, and that was a lot of fun. We will probably do that again this year. Let's see. Yes, we will be getting the Nightmare Fuel poster in the store as well. That will be not right away, but one of the drops. We will be doing like different posters we'll be dropping different posters on like a semi-regular basis. So that will be one of those drops.
Yeah, and the question that we're thinking is, do we want to make them like monthly? Hold on, let me get situated here. Do we want to make them like a limited time thing, where certain months we release certain ones and we do some special editions and stuff like that? And will we also be doing like special ones for like Fright Club members, Fright Club Legends? You guys will also get some special things too. So there's we're still we're playing around with it, you know. We're testing it out, and we're using you guys as the guinea pigs. Nothing wrong with that, right? Yeah, I know you kind of like talked about doing a meetup and all that stuff. I know you were talking about that. That is something we will talk about in the future. So just hold on to that, because we're also trying to plan something bigger than just a meetup.
Okay.
We have big ideas on the channel, but it doesn't mean they always happen, because everything costs money.
And that's why we don't announce it before we know it's gonna happen.
Yeah, Hondo. Okay. Let's move on. Let's get back to the code names here. Did I miss anything?
Nope.
Okay, cool. BFO, HHN Vision. Yes, absolutely. So we talked about cobbler. We talked about s'more. Let's talk about some pie. Pie. Remember I told our Five Nights at Freddy's fans to hold on?
Yes.
Pie. Pizza pie. Yes. Five Nights at Freddy's pizza pie. Everyone's kind of talking about it. Yes, we've kind of talked about it too. However, recent rumors kind of point and suggest that is not the case.
What rumors?
Somebody somewhere said no.
That's it.
Do you know about this?
No, I don't.
Oh, I think it was like Legacy. I think Legacy said it. I don't know. Some out there are rumors that are currently going around that are stating that Five Nights at Freddy's may not be coming to the event. Don't think that it's coming to the event. We don't know. I feel like to some capacity, we are getting Five Nights at Freddy's. We have to some capacity. It doesn't have to be a house. Could be a scare zone. Could be an experience. I know some people in the chat too have even mentioned the Cabana Bay experience. Absolutely, I can see that happening, because we kind of had that in Hollywood last year. They had the animatronics out there on display for people to see for their Blumhouse little kind of thing that they did on the West Coast. I definitely could see a Blumhouse experience happening on the East Coast here in Cabana Bay, and doing Megan, Five Nights at Freddy's, Imaginary. Oh, there was one more. Oh my God, there was one more. I can't think of it.
Night Swim.
No, maybe. But there's so many Blumhouse properties and things going on and stuff like that. And HHN and Blumhouse. Oh, yeah, Abigail. Is that Blumhouse?
I keep thinking it's Blumhouse, but it might just be Universal.
I think so. Good talk. Because I have no idea about that. I don't know. We have to look into that. But HHN and Blumhouse, they do have a good relationship.
I think it's just Universal, because remember we went to we saw it, the trailer for it in theaters, and
Yes.
I was like, oh, this is Blumhouse. And then the trailer ended, and I was like, oh, I guess it's not.
All right, whatever you say, Captain.
I don't know.
I mean, I really don't know. If
Just
somebody
Universal.
knows, yeah.
It's just Universal.
Okay, it's just Universal. All right, but yeah, so HH, like I was saying, HH and Blumhouse, good relationship and stuff. So I'd be very surprised if I don't see their number one moneymaker that they've ever had in theaters not show up to HHN, especially because they did put in that New Year's wish list, go to Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah.
So we know at some extent Blumhouse will be present, in my opinion. Could even be the Peacock Bar. I don't know. But I feel like we will be getting Five Nights at Freddy's, some extent, Blumhouse, obviously. But the question is, to what extent?
Could you imagine if they did like the animatronics or like a costume that looks like the animatronics as like a meet and greet sort of thing, or like a walk around character sort of thing? Like, I'm just picturing all of the videos and all of that of people just like swarming the black phone guy, the grabber, at Hollywood last year. Like, could you imagine the crowds that would bring, and just like the chaos?
Yeah. See them.
I don't know. It would be cool though. I think I personally would rather like a meet and greet sort of thing over like a full house. I just feel like those, like, the costumes are so big.
Yes.
I don't know.
I think they can make work. I mean, look at how they did Depths of Fear. Costumes were big, still made it work. Yeti, costumes are big, still made it work. I know Depths of Fear is a different story, but they did it. It was done. So I could see this doing it too. I want to bring up one thing. I know we're talking about Five Nights at Freddy's.
Just one thing, then stream is over.
No, there'll be one thing that circles into an entire life crisis after. But I want to bring up one thing. Five Nights at Freddy's, yes, we talked about it. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Sorry. If you were hoping to hear that, you came to the wrong stream. Because Team Randall mentioned one thing that is exactly where my mind is with pie if it's not Five Nights at Freddy's. And I'm going to read out their exact comment. Think a slice of pie would be the slasher house for this year. Slice of pie. Remember, like we talked about, you can relate the word to something or something that it does. You can have a word in a word. You can have like letters and stuff. And this would go to the relation of what is the word being used in a sense of what could be done with it. And what you do is pie, any pie, not pizza pie, but apple pie, Dutch pie, whatever, right? Slice of pie. Slice going with a slasher type of house. Could we get a slasher this year? Not even an IP slasher, but could we get an original slasher? What about an IP as in Nightmare on Elm Street celebrating a 40th anniversary?
I want Scream.
Scream would be really cool. I know everybody. I mean, I want Scream too, to be honest.
I want Scream so bad.
I know we all want Scream. I don't. I scream for Scream. You scream. We all scream for Scream. Yeah. Anyways.
In the original, not.
Yeah, like everyone wants Scream. But what do you guys think about pie representing Slice as a slasher? Freddy Krueger.
Sure.
Nightmare on Elm Street celebrating a 40th anniversary.
A what?
40th anniversary.
A 30th?
How did you do it?
Shut up.
Like the words just did not. It was just a constant.
It is not Terrifier. Sorry.
Yeah, and Fun Guy even said Scream would be more Norwegian-based dessert too, which I kind of like. I like that idea. So keep an eye on that. But yeah, and everybody who's saying Terrifier, like I don't mean to upset you. I hope I don't upset you, but
Pumpkin pie.
I don't
Wicked
think it's
Grove.
happening. No, please. No.
Do we have Southridge in the chat?
That's too soon. Please save Wicked Grove later. We need some. If we're gonna do that, way down the road, please. What we need is a. Somebody said it earlier in the chat. A Scary Tales house or a Slaughter Cinema type of house again. That yes. So, but yeah, and then people are saying burnt pie like Freddy's face, kind of. Yeah, right. So, that is kind of where my mind is with pie. You get a slice of pie, slasher, Freddy Krueger. That's what I was thinking when it came to that.
Or like a house where you just walk through and they make you do math.
Wait a minute. Pies kind of like we're talking like mathematics. Oppenheimer. You have to go through the nuclear phase and all that stuff. Good luck. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, anybody else got something to say? By the way, if you guys are enjoying the chat, can we get some ones in the chat, please? Spam one, or actually, you know what? Spam Fright Club. I want to see some Fright Club spam in the chat. We're at 1 hour and 6 minutes. We're coasting on through this. Remember, the Fright Club shop is now officially open. If you guys want to check that out, link is in the description down below. If you have any questions, please email brianfromorlando@gmail.com. We'll get to them as soon as we can. It would be probably after this live stream, but we'll get to that. We're talking code names, HHN. We have 8 public code names, but if you look at the past years, we've had 10 houses, 5 scare zones, so we know there's more to come. We talked about Cobbler, we talked about S'more, we talked about Pie. Let's get to the next one, which is the one I'm actually more excited for, and it's Flan.
Mike Flanagan.
Mike Flanagan. That's exactly why I'm excited.
I hope so.
God, Mike Flanagan house. Can we get another one? We had Haunting of Hill House back at HHN 30. Beautiful house. The house, honestly, it did scare me. That house really did. The show scared me. House. But the show was amazing. The house was amazing. Mike Flanagan's amazing. We kind of have a crush on Mike Flanagan here on the Brian from Orlando channel. And we don't really get much time to talk about him, to be honest. But Flan, I should say Flan. But Flanagan, Flan is, the word within the words kind of context. Excuse me, sorry. I'm still sick as crazy. But which property, though?
Have we talked about the Mike Flanagan stuff?
We did in the last live, but we haven't really... No, not the update. No. If you want to get into it, get into that. Or tell me which property you want to see from him.
Oh, Follow the House of Usher.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's a way to do. Yeah, go ahead and let's talk about it, because we've had some in the last live stream. If you guys remember the last live stream, we had some people, Melanie, update us that shout out to Melanie, by the way. She did some fantastic work, which we're gonna blow up here for you all.
Oh yeah.
Get ready. But yeah, Mike Flanagan is no longer with Netflix. He is now with Amazon. So the question is, can Universal and Halloween Horror Nights use Follow the House of Usher or any other property from Netflix that was done by Mike Flanagan? The answer, the short answer, yes. Story time.
Melanie, you said Melanie, right?
Yes, I think it was Melanie. If I'm wrong, I apologize.
Messaged him or tagged him in a post on Tumblr.
Tumblr, yeah.
And apparently he is on Tumblr. And he responded and said that basically Netflix can do whatever they want with his properties. They don't have to ask him. But he loved seeing Hill House at HHN, and he would love to see any of his stuff at HHN in the future.
Yeah. So absolutely, we can get a Follow the House of Usher house. We can get any of the Flanagan houses or shows, I guess I could say, that has been done on Netflix. So that could work.
Yeah. Shout out to Melanie.
Yeah, Thank Melanie, you. I know she even said, OMG. Yes, I give her a big shout out. She did that research for us, and we truly appreciate it, because that was awesome. And it's just cool that she got to hear back from him. That was really neat. Yeah. So Mike Flanagan, Flanagan. I know a lot of people also kind of put out there, hey, Latin American Flan. Yeah. But then it's one of those, like, is that too obvious?
Yeah.
I really like the Flanagan idea and speculation more. But there's some other things you go. I've even seen, I think somebody mentioned it in the chat here, or was in the last video, where it's like Flan, the texture and all. They're talking about creature and stuff. I've seen that as well. But I'm not going to come up with any other ideas, because I want it to be Flan or Flan as in Flanagan.
Yeah.
Flanagan.
Flanagan.
I am Mike Flanagan. I want it to be that more than anything. And it'd be cool to see Follow the House of Usher. And I know somebody even just mentioned too, I'd rather have Fear Street over Usher. Here's my thing. Why can't we have both? I would love to have both. I think doesn't have to be the same year.
No, not in the same year.
Not the same year. I'm just saying I'd love to have both. Whenever we can get please, I'll take it. If Horror Nights is like, yes, we're going to do both, but this is going to take this amount of time. This is going to take this. Sure, I want them both. All right. So anything else you want to spend on Flan? Any last words? kids.
Nope.
I see American Horror Story. I thought Flan could be some kind of Latin American themed house. Yes, but I feel like that might be too obvious, in a way. But it very much could be, because Monstros last year was a huge success in Hollywood. That was our favorite house when we went visited last year.
Yeah. I wouldn't be upset with that.
All right. Oh, let's move on. Now we have from Flan to cookies. Cookies.
Krampus.
Krampus was kind of the main thing we were thinking, because if you notice, Universal is still kind of selling Krampus themed merch.
Mm-hmm.
Still kind of have that going on. Why? Maybe because they still have a whole bunch they haven't sold, but they still got that. On top of that, last year Krampus was kind of speculated for a while, right? And the reason why I'm on Team Krampus, I really would love to see Krampus, but the reason why I'm really more on Krampus than I would be than normal is because it was speculated for last year and it didn't happen. What was speculated 2 years ago that didn't happen that ended up happening last year? The Last of Us. Could that follow the same thing? Hey, this is going to happen. Oh, it doesn't, but guess what? Next year it will. Excuse me, microphone didn't mean to hit you.
I would want it to be, if it is Krampus, I would want it to be an original Krampus, not the movie.
100% agree with you. They've already done Krampus 2016. I think it was the year they did it. This needs to be an original Krampus type of styled Christmas winter house. This is our winter house that we get.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be perfect.
I would like that.
So cookies for there. Also, shout out to Fun Guy Gamer right here. And I think they're talking about it in the chat too. Cookies, are we also talking about the physical cookies? We talk about the virtual cookies.
Yeah, that could be it too.
Doing something virtually, bringing an arcade in the mix, which I didn't even think of that. I would love that. I loved an arcade. Love that style. HH29's in my heart, and it's always in my soundtrack 24/7. HH29. But yeah, I mean, having something like that, I've always said since 2020 that I feel like we could, if we get into the new age of icons at Horror Nights, we could have a virtual type of icon, something that's based on hacking, but he's within the system and it's electric, and that'd be hard, but maybe something like that. They did it with the controller during HHN30. That's kind of something like it, but we could have more video game themed houses. The Last of Us was a success. What other video game themed houses can we get? Kind of play in that realm, and arcade, blow that up a little bit more. So that's another idea too that I think is pretty cool. Shout out to Fun Guy Gamer for that idea for us. Imagine how beautiful an arcade would look as a house.
It'd be pretty cool.
But see,
you haven't really had any houses that are like that.
No. And here's the thing too, that'd be cool, but to find out how that story would be, that takes a lot of time to figure that out. I feel like I would want more of I'm gonna regret saying this, but I would rather have a Slaughter Cinema situation with Shit's Kids or Shitty's Kids or whatever it was called, right? And have that arcade vibe. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe, just give me both. I'll take both. So cookies. Anybody else got something on cookies? Do you see anything on cookies from the chat?
There were some, yeah. Mostly Christmas related things. And then also people saying black and white cookies could be something black and white related, or Schuster or the Nun. Things like that.
Yeah, because we can talk about different types of cookies.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what we've been talking about too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that.
Someone said The Shining.
I don't think we'll get The Shining. If we get The Shining, I think it would be Doctor Sleep.
Yeah.
Because we already had The Shining. I would be okay with getting The Shining because that was one of my first houses in 2017. Love that.
Yeah,
Shining was good.
Or Universal Monsters again. Could be black and white. What was the one that they used for the... What did they use? Not last year. Or maybe it was last year. What was last year's? Blackberry. Because it was black and white.
Because they all had Blackberries back in that time. Is that it?
No, because it was black and white. So it could be the same deal.
Got it. All right, so that's cookies. We got cookies there, right?
Nice. Yes.
Also, can I real quick? Let me see. Okay, cool. Thank you. Appreciate you. Just want to make sure I'm up to date on my side over here. You guys having a good time? You guys having a good time? Tuesday evening, you guys chilling at home? In the future, we'll have our you'll be able to have that Fright Club shop merchandise, the official Fright Club merch. You'll be able to have a cup, drink, watch us and stuff. Wear some of the rep. We're gonna be able to rep some of the merchandise too. If you guys are just joining us here, nice boot. Thank you, appreciate it.
Also,
they were very cheap. Thank God.
Also, this is like a very off-topic question, but I really like it, so I want to answer it really quick. The True Thinker said, question, you get a time machine. Are you heading to Epic Universe or Classic Universal?
Oh, Classic Universal.
Classic Universal.
100%.
I want to do Jaws so bad. I never did Jaws because I was scared of it. So I refused to go on it when I was younger. And now I regret it so much. I wish I had gone on it. So
Really?
Classic Universal for sure.
Recently, I got to learn some things about Jaws that I did not know. It was a cool, unique experience that I got to do. You know of that. But I'm glad I did Jaws. I did Jaws once when I was a kid. I was terrified of doing it. I still did it, and I was petrified afterwards. The shark was scary, but when we went to Hollywood, we were blessed enough to be able to do the studio tour, and we got to do the Jaws little portion and stuff. And you got to see that. You were right on the edge. You got to see that firsthand.
That actually really scared me. I didn't know that was going to happen.
Yeah, and
because I'd never seen videos or anything.
What was really cool, and I might get a little emotional on this, but it was like seeing you experience that for your first time, right on the edge when the shark came up, and I was next to you. I didn't watch the shark. I watched you because I experienced that moment. I only get to experience it once, but I was watching you because you reminded me of a younger me experiencing that for the first time, and being able to see that from that perspective was like.
But we'll also get
really
that
cool.
with Epic.
Oh, absolutely.
But if you have a time machine, I would much rather go back to when like we can't do that, and then come back to this time because we know that we get to do Epic.
Exactly. Yeah.
Whenever it opens.
I was gonna say, time always moves forward. We're gonna get to Epic Universe if I don't not wake up or something. I don't know. Pray to God that doesn't happen. But I would rather go back and see Classic Universal and see Jaws, Back to the Future, Kong, Twister. I mean, I would love to see Twister, even though Ghostbusters. Yeah, that too. I would love to see that in its like beginning stage when it was kind of like a flat lot. There's like nothing around it and stuff like the early part. Now I feel like there's so much built around things. I like that question. And to be honest, we'll be talking more about Epic Universe. I said this earlier in the stream. We'll be talking about that down the road. But I think I was saying like, hey, Fright Club shop's open if you guys want to check that out. If you're just joining us, we're talking about the code names, Halloween Horror Nights. We have 8 public code names. We're diving into that. Make sure you guys leave a like on the stream, comment down below, anything, all that stuff. If you have questions too related to the shop, email brianfromorlando@gmail.com. And we'll try to get to your questions as quickly as we can after this live stream and stuff. But moving on, we talked about cobbler, s'more, pie, flan, cookies. We now have baklava.
Oh, that's my favorite dessert.
That's my favorite, baklava. It's my favorite.
I love baklava.
Baklava is actually really good. But let's talk about baklava in the terms as a code name as a house, not food, because I haven't eaten yet. Still, you got to eat. I'm hungry. What do you think baklava could be?
Shrek.
Yes. Absolutely. All right, let's move on. So let's get to the next one.
Baklava has layers. Ogres are like onions. They have layers.
I never thought of this.
I don't know.
Oh, come on. Keep it going. I want to hear more about this.
No, that was it.
Oh, I liked it, though. I like where it was going. Your house would be dope. Hey, there you go. Now you're starting to trend now. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do we think baklava? Anybody had baklava? Javier, baklava is Greek Poseidon's fury. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen. I could totally see them doing this because they did. What? Oh, yeah. I had it because they did Dueling Dragons last year. I could see them doing Poseidon's Fury, but is it too soon? Like they just closed that.
Yeah.
I could see a Greek mythology, maybe not specifically Poseidon's Fury, but a Greek mythology house, which I think would be really cool.
Yeah, I'm okay. Like, I don't know. It's one of those things. If you told me before they're gonna do a Dueling Dragons house, I'd be like, oh, that's cool and exciting. But I'd be so nervous as I was and worried about it. I love the house. Wasn't scary. Love the house though. If they were like, we're gonna do Poseidon's Fury house, I'm like, oh god, like. I love that again. It'd be cool to be able to experience that, but I'm nervous for that. Like, however, I could see them doing it well if they add more original stuff to it, but they have to make it darker because, believe it or not, Poseidon's Fury is set up to be a really cool house idea. If you think about it, you're with a research team, right? Archaeologist team, and you know, you're exploring places you've never been before. Dark. To me, it reminds me of kind of like The Mummy. Just make sure that you have other things besides the main guy at the end. Like put like creatures in there. Put the undead. Put these, you know, Greek mythological, you know, beings inside that. Make it dark. You know, I'm talking like don't make it like the bright, pretty stuff. I'm talking like more like Nightingales type of vibe. Like get that going. In a way, I think that'd be really cool. Like mix Nightingales with Poseidon's Fury, and then that's like boom, that house. I would love that.
Imagine someone said Greek mythology, Zeus, Hades, the underworld. Imagine it is like Hades, like you're going like to the underworld, and it's like all the like souls that are trapped there.
Like was it House of the Fallen? You guys remember that? I think it was The Fallen. Something like that. You didn't get to experience that. I think it was 2017. That house was really neat. That was an original house in 2017. Do you guys remember The Fallen? Anybody here get to experience The Fallen in 2017 original house? God, saying 2017 feels like that was forever.
I saw another one too that was like a good
Pandora's Box.
Oh, lava. Like
yeah, I saw, you know, playing the word within the word lava. What?
I don't know.
I lava you? Or are you just going to have people in there going, I lava you? And then you just have to walk through that? Nah, when it comes to like lava, I mean,
it can be like an
Pompeii?
an original that's like,
Pompeii?
I don't know, based around like a community that lives at the base of a volcano or something.
That's true. Yeah, like an original house themed around a volcano. You imagine it's like Pompeii, where you're like, okay, you get a group of HHMP. It's like an escape room. You put them in there, and then there's the volcano going off. You got to hurry up and escape the city of Pompeii. Could be wild. But yeah, buckle up. I'm not too sure. Yeah, I know a lot of people at Greek and all that stuff. Volcano Bay House. We have said for years. We've been saying this for years. I feel like since Volcano Bay opened up, I don't know if anybody else has said this. I'm not trying to take the credit from it, but it means something. We've never heard this anywhere else. It's something we talked about for years and years. They need to bring Volcano Bay within the Halloween community and do a Spooky Island overlay. Scooby-Doo Spooky Island at Volcano Bay. We've been saying that for years. Yes. Period. I just want to keep reminding you guys of that. All right, don't lose sight of that. Keep telling them that. So baklava, I think that's good, right?
Where's Spooky Island? You cowards.
You cowards.
Do it.
Do it. Do it. Fulfill your destiny and take Disney down. Anyways, okay, let's move
they're
on.
already doing that.
My gosh, I cannot breathe right now. My nose is so bad. Allergies the weather has been great, but it's up and down, and like pollen's everywhere.
I've been fine.
And I'm working. I mean, this week I was up like 4 a.m. like every night working, and I'm just like I'm beat right now. So, all right, let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. We have knocked 6 down. We still have over 135 people right now currently watching. Shout out to you guys. Thanks so much for watching us on this random Tuesday evening. Yeah. We have people from all over the world. It's fantastic.
February talking about Halloween.
Yes, the greatest holiday of all time.
We went to this is way off topic, but we went to a hockey game over the weekend.
Oh.
And Brian was saying how he'd like to be one of the like announcers. And
during the game. I thought
I
you were
think
gonna
should do it.
So okay, all right, let's get a little more detail. We're only an hour and 25 minutes. We have 2 more code names to get to, so we'll take a little break right here talking about this. What's Steph's parents came in town, and we went to go see the polar bears, right? Polar bears. The solar bears. We went to SeaWorld, saw the polar bears. No, we saw the solar bears, right? Hockey team here, local in Orlando. Oh god, the polar bear. It was a polar bear.
Bears.
The guy was in a polar bear outfit, whatever, right? We went to go watch the solar bears here in Orlando, and they were having a beach night. So everybody was wearing Hawaiian shirts. It was Hawaiian night.
Halloween Hawaiian night.
And so I walked in. I was like, oh my god, I keep hitting this. I was like, it's Halloween Hawaiian nights. And of course, I wore my Hawaiian attire and stuff. And they broke the Guinness World Record for the most people gathered
Wearing Hawaiian shirts.
Wearing Hawaiian shirts or whatever. And I thought it was just so cool. I was like, we can never escape HHN no matter where we go. And then my mind was thinking, well, what's the record? And I saw the number they had on the screen. I went, can we beat that at Halloween Horror Nights for Halloween Hawaiian Nights? Can that be a thing? Can we gather at Halloween Hawaiian Nights at HHN and like dress in Hawaiian tops and be like, boom, Guinness World Record, HHN. Take that,
it.
Polar Bears.
Polar bears.
Which they won, by the way.
Yeah.
If anybody's wondering.
Anyway, back to
anyways.
HHN.
Matt Hatter said, hockey mentioned Canadian neuron activation. Hey, hockey is an awesome sport, guys. Past few years I've been getting into it. Hockey is really fun. I wish I got into that earlier. Thanks to Steph and her side of the fam for introducing me into the more not Puerto Rican side of sports. So
It's not just baseball and soccer
I don't really do soccer. I do baseball and food.
or football.
I like football. That's my reason. Okay. So we got 2 more to conversate about.
Yes.
The next one, Steph, on the list.
Fudge. Oh, fudge.
Oh, fudge. What property makes you think, oh, fudge? Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Fudge.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Drew, I hope you're watching. Yeah, what do we think for fudge?
I have no idea. What do you guys think? Something that'll make you fudge yourself? Ugh. That's bad.
We're on the wrong side of this conversation. We should.
Yeah.
We,
Let's
I don't
leave
think that's the
all
case.
references to that
Yeah.
out of the fudge
all
conversation.
right, we got that. We got that. All right.
Fudge is made from cocoa, which is found in the jungle.
I like.
So maybe like a jungle-related one.
Fun guy said Cornelius Fudge, Death Eaters. I'm not against it. I don't think it would happen, but anything can happen. So I'm not against it because I think a dark Harry Potter themed house would be really cool. I could see that.
Fudge is a sailor term. So another
Yeah, we got that.
sea-related one.
Kamaro said The
Great.
Grudge, playing with the words. Fudge,
Fudge
Grudge. Yeah. We also, this is one that I was waiting to see if people wanted
Major
to talk about it.
Sweets.
Major Sweets, a sweets factory getting a kind of a, either a prequel or sequel, whatever, to the character Major Sweets that was HHN 31, Scare Zone, Sweets Revenge in the New York section for HHN. Fantastic Scare Zone. Loved it. A lot of fun. Not the mayor. And if you guys know, we actually have that saying, not the mayor, as one of the hats that we have up at the Fright Club shops. If you wanted that, check it. Link in the description down below. But yeah, it's interesting because I'm not against it.
Oh, I
I have to breathe. I'm sorry.
was like, you don't have to do it. I'm
No,
just.
it's me as well. But yeah, I'm not against it. I would like to see that because I love seeing some original, tales of like some of the characters and well-known things within HHN and the lore. I think that's what makes a strong fan base. So I'm not against that. I think it'd be cool. And since we're kind of on the Major Sweets topic, the entirety theme of code names as Sweets. And I know people are talking about, oh, can we get Major Sweets as an icon this year? No, please. Here's why. I think Halloween Horror Nights does not need an icon for this year. We don't need one. Let those be those limited time things that are special, that really want to drive people in for the story and the lore and to see the icons. Save it. Because the past few years with Oddfellow, and this is my opinion, and I know we have people from Universal and HHN watching. Love you guys, but this is just my opinion. Please. Oddfellow was a huge miss. Pumpkin Lord was a huge miss. The announcement season, that I think is the most important season for Halloween Horror Nights to really build upon what could be done at the event, was both a miss, in my opinion. Our YouTube channel was also a miss the past few years too, so I get it. I understand. Excuse my sniffling. But if that's going to be and that's why the theme of this year is fork in the road, because if that's going to continue, if they're going to take that route, I don't want to see that. I don't want them to butcher another potential big hype built around a character to really build a fan base for it. I don't want that. I want them to do it properly. I want them to build some story, but give me some videos. Let me be able to, while I'm here and everyone's celebrating Mardi Gras in the summer, I'm over here like, where's Halloween? Like, I want that, right? And Universal knows there's a big fan base around it. They know how their people are when it comes to the HHN community. Feed it. You know, we're starving a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. We're a little hungry. Feed the community in a way. And they have some creative people. They have some very talented people. And every day I think of HHN. Every day I watch a video from HHN, whether it's from HHN themselves or some other content creators or even us sometimes. And recently I was, rewatching some of the HHN 29 videos, and I was just looking at, like, look how creative they were. Look how many videos they were putting up. Go ahead.
We have a lot of people in the chat saying they liked Oddfellow. So.
No, yeah. I'm not saying I didn't like Oddfellow. I loved Oddfellow, but they butchered Oddfellow because what did we get about Oddfellow before the event started? Imagine the possibilities of a story we could have gotten leading into HHN, especially since he was the icon and he was the theme basically for all the event. Like, give me a little more with it, right? I feel like they could have done so much more with it. Really, the only time we got to see Oddfellow physically outside of the event was when they did the HHN live with the creators, which I love that. That's one of my favorite videos to watch of all time, is the one from 28, the one we just recently got. They need to do that every year. But that was the only time you saw him in the video on the TV. And that was it. I'm like, I feel like they could do better. I know they can do better. We could always do better. And I feel like they could have done better, which is why I'm like, I wish we did get that. It would have just made it more special, and especially with how big Oddfellow is and how much people loved him. They fell in love with him. I know a lot of people were skeptical of him too at the beginning. I kept saying, no, you're going to love him. You're going to love him. And sure enough, a lot of people do. And there's still so much more of that story to be told. I just hope they really tell us. They give it as much as they could. So that's what I remember. Theme of this year, fork in the road, which route we're taking. And it kind of falls along with Major Sweets. There's a fan base for him. People love him. I think it's cool. I like the idea. I don't think so much for an icon. But if we're going to go that route and stuff, you have to build that up. I really think you need to build that up. I don't think it's going to make sense for people for that to just appear. Mm-hmm. So there's my 30-second rant, if you guys don't mind. just me just kind of going off. I don't really get to talk about HHN this much publicly, okay? Like, it's really, when it comes to live stream, I'm pent up and I finally get to say it. So, any interesting things from the chat? Anybody telling me to stop talking yet?
No.
Cool.
Just more stuff about Oddfellow, people liking the podcasts, and
is that what this is to you guys? A podcast?
No. The Universal Discovery Universal podcast.
Yes, absolutely.
And how they did the episodes around.
I thought it was really neat when they did that.
Around Oddfellow.
The story and all.
I like that a lot.
Hey, Discovery Universal, if you're listening, please keep it up.
Mm-hmm.
But I have an idea for you guys. I want you to do. Anyways.
Anyway.
Oh, so yeah. Okay. Fudge. That's what we were talking about.
Yes.
Fudge. So yeah, if you really want to stick to exactly what it means, yeah, you could go the major sweets route and stuff like that. I'd be okay with that. I'd love to see an original themed house that's kind of like Candy Factory, Chocolate Factory, and it's major sweets and how he turned what he did into what he got. Cool.
Yep.
I like it. Make it campy. Make it campy,
But
though.
scary.
Yes. That'd be interesting to see how
If
they
you
make that
can.
scary. Yeah. But yeah, I'm all for it. Oh, and respectfully, yes, this is a podcast. No, this is not. I will fight anybody who says this is like a podcast. If you listen to it, yeah, you can listen to it like a podcast, but this is live. We're live. Everything we say, this is not pre-recorded. I could say a bad word right now and be destroyed my entire career.
Some people do live, or some people do podcasts live, but most people don't.
And also, we have a live audience. That's why it's live. We will have a podcast. So we're working on a podcast channel and stuff. Oh, where are you going? You're leaving me like I left you. Oh. I can't do this without you. No. Hold on now. But yeah, we do have a podcast that we are working on, and we wanted to release the first episode some time ago, but we're holding back. We just want to make sure everything is worked out, all the kinks and stuff. We have other things that we really want to dive into first before they kind of pass and become a thing of the past. So yeah, I don't want to get into the last one, which is pudding, until Steph gets back. So we'll hold on to that. I'm trying to read some of your comments here. I haven't done that. It's like a kid at the grocery line. I am. That's what you're talking about. Yes, we will be starting one. We will be starting a podcast. We will. We do. We have a lot of things we're working on. Excuse me, Jesus. God, y'all, the allergies are whooping me. They're whooping my butt. But yeah, it's we have a lot of work that we've been doing. You guys know last year we had a lot of plans that we wanted to do, but when we got the house, there was so much that was going on. It delayed us a lot. But now that we're kind of getting really settled in now, we're still working crazy hours just to get by. But finally we're putting more time into the channels. We're gonna get more videos up for you guys. We're gonna get more live streams. We're gonna be planning some live stream shows where we hope to have some guests on the show. And my goal is I really don't want to like just have it like virtual like interviews and stuff. I want to have them physically on set. We have some ideas for the show to do, some things we're working on. We're making it work, and that'll be really exciting. I think you guys are gonna love what we do with that for our countdown to HHN in August. So remember, countdown to HHN August, we do that. Then we got the shop. The shop is up. Some we're working on with merchandise and stuff. And we have some short films and some little things too, story-wise, that we're working on and we're wanting to bring to you guys. So there's a lot that we have our hands in right now, but we want to ultimately make sure that the YouTube videos and the live streams, they're the top priority to make sure those are going good. So you guys having a good time though? You guys enjoying the Tuesday evening live stream? Coming here to one of the final code names that we have, and then we have to talk about some a little bit of logistic things before we wrap it up, because that'll
Did you
be
talk about pudding?
not yet. We saved that for you.
Okay.
But we will be talking about the logistics a little bit, because that's going to lead into our next video, which is surprise spoiler in case you guys care. If you guys care, logistics. It'll be our next video. We're going to be talking about the logistics of the event with these new permits and things that we also saw filed. We're going to be getting to that. So yes. Somebody said Rush of Fear. Yes. Warning, Rush of Fear fans. I hope you're ready. I can't breathe. Okay, final code name. Let's get into the final code name. It's getting late. We're already at 10:12. Let's move on to pudding. Lay down. He's starting to notice too. Yeah.
And
All right,
same
pudding.
deal with fudge. Let's just none of those references.
Yes. So what do we think pudding could be? Steph, do you have any things you think of for pudding?
Nothing comes to mind. Not really, but Fungi said pudding can refer to meat casing, so meats vibes.
I've heard of meats a couple times. Yeah.
People have said, I have heard people say like vamp, because it's like blood pudding. Could be blood related, but that could really be anything.
blood and guts. I'm
Maybe.
thinking pumpkin guts.
No, you're thinking HR blood and guts.
Oh yeah, blood and guts. But I was also thinking of pumpkin guts. Or
It's like a
carve you.
mixture of all of them.
Yeah, my bad on that.
Yeah, could be. I mean, if it's blood pudding, it literally could be anything. It could be Blood Moon Part 2.
Yeah. Hey, I like the idea of the meats. That was a lot of fun, especially with the food pop up or the food booth they had for 30th. That was really neat, and the food there was actually really good. I loved that. It was one of my favorite booths that they had that year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like Mad Hatter said, we're putting a lot of thought into this.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, pudding, blood pudding, like represent that. We can get into blood and guts. We can get into some other things that's just blood related. When it comes to pudding, I really don't have anything much. This is one of the least ones that I've spent the most time on. This is one that I spent the least amount of time on.
Something creepy that is off-putting.
Like offsetting, but off-putting.
Like off-putting is like...
Yeah. Like that. But yeah, try to see if we see anybody talking about.
I did see this one that we missed when we were talking about baklava. Anna had said it possibly being a play on words and being Baba Yaga.
I don't really know what that is, but maybe.
Is that like the boogeyman?
I think so. Yeah.
Isn't that in John Wick?
Yeah, he's the Baba
Baba
Yaga.
Yaga.
It's John Wick. John Wick house coming. We love John Wick,
Yes.
but no, that would not be a house at all.
But it is like boogeyman, so it could be like a boogeyman.
That'd be cool, actually. I
That would
actually
be
love
cool.
that. Over your Shrek idea?
I don't know. Shrek's pretty good.
That was a pretty good one. Stuff. I gotta give you credit for that.
I like a boogeyman related house. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, there we go. I mean, that's all I have to say with pudding, really, to be honest. I don't know. So let's get into kind of the topic of this. As we can tell, we have a theme of sweets that's kind of going on right now. We have eight code names. I do think these are related to houses, not scare zones. Unless they want to relate the scare zone to the sweets, but like if we follow last year, they had fruits and vegetables. They had 10 fruits, 5 vegetables, the vegetables obviously being the scare zones, and the fruits being for the houses. If that's the case, where they're doing that again, where they're relating it sweets and maybe savory items, I don't know, whatever. Then we have 8, which means we're more on the side of houses. I don't see us having 8 scare zones. That'd be cool. Don't see it happening, at least yet. But we have 8 currently listed. I think they're houses. We know we are going to have at least 10. It would be a shame if Horror Nights did less. I know some people mentioned that before. I don't think that's happening. They know they have to do at least 10, and they can. And with recent news that we just got, that they have the new 2 Sprung buildings being put up, new locations for Halloween Horror Nights usages. Question is, are they adding 2, or are those 2 new locations for others to go?
Honestly, I would be fine with them being, with one of them at least being a replacement location for Fast and Furious. I don't want Fast and Furious as a location anymore.
I see that. I will say the parade buildings are not going to be used this year. From what I'm hearing, rumors and all that stuff, like B79, it's not going to be used. I think B108, I feel like still could.
I was gonna say the pie one is for Fast and Furious, so that doesn't.
Oh, okay, yeah. But I feel like we're getting 10 houses. The question is, could we get 11? That's up in the air right now. Could we get 11 houses? And with B79, it'd be a bummer to see B79 go. But if you think about kind of the layout and the entrances for the houses, it would still work out. It'd be fine because they could get rid of that little back walkway area and just have that for the B108 house, where it goes to just that parade building from where Monsters walkway was last year, and then where the Last of Us walkway entrance was. They could use that for those 2 Sprung buildings back there, where the entrance for both of them go back there, kind of like in Hollywood. It's like where remember when we went to like the lower lot, upper lot, the center lot, whatever they had, You just kind of follow. They're like, this is where these 3 houses are. You
Curious
go
George.
there, and then it splits. Yeah, the Curious George lot. I feel like that could be the sense with the sprung buildings back there that they could use for sure. God, my nose is so stuffed. I'm sorry if you guys are hearing not so
What happened?
fun noises. What's up?
No, I was just saying, like, in the last, like, 10 minutes, your nose is just, like...
Because I'm sick and I'm getting tired and slept.
Anyway.
Yeah, so, when it comes to that, I feel like we're going to get at least 10 houses. I know people talked about, we're going to get less. No, we're going to get at least 10. We get 11. I think this would be a good year to introduce the 11. If you guys remember, I had that 5-year theory and stuff. This would be the year for 11 to be introduced. And I think it's time. Horror Nights is getting busy. It's getting packed. I think it's time to have, capacity conversation. And the way that you increase that's by offering more experiences. So by opening another haunted house up, having 11 could draw in more crowds to space out the crowds from the scare zones and all that stuff. I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say it. I wanted to save it for the video. But we will also be talking about having the Lagoon Show back. It's another crowd eater as well. I think the Lagoon Show is going to be returning. One thing I also want to mention too, real quick, is the fact that we need more food booths. I feel like we had less last year. Last year, technically, if you look at the event, we had less offerings than we did the year before. Like I said, last year, remember the themes at the beginning was logistics. Look what it turned out to be. This year's fork in the road. We'll see what decisions they make and what they plan to do things. So that's what I say. So we know we're going to get at least 2 more code names for houses. They'll be following along with permits and stuff like that. I don't know if we're going to get any for scare zones. If we do, cool. I feel like scare zones are way harder to predict. I don't even know how the Horror Nights community figures that out. We're there for the ride. We love watching. And I feel like we have 2 more at least, if not maybe a 3rd one. We can have 11 houses. That was what will stir the community up. That'd be really cool. Sickness imprisoning me. All I am. Okay. The fact that we are an hour and 47 minutes in this conversation, we still have over 110 people watching. Shout out to you guys. You guys are troopers and warriors. We appreciate you guys sticking around with us in this live stream. Were you going to say something? I'm sorry.
Nope.
My nose is getting worse.
It is.
You guys want to hear some nasty?
No, don't do that.
All right, fine. I know we have some creepy people in the world, but whatever.
You're the creepy people.
I am the creepy people. Make that a song. But yeah, so if you guys are just joining us, hi.
We're done.
We're not done yet, really. But so we went ahead and we talked about the 8 public code names that are currently right now public out there, just like I said, relating to Halloween Horror Nights for this year. We just did a video recently. That's kind of what we're coming from and kind of diving into more depth. We did have our announcements. You guys can see I've had up on this right here, this whole time right here. The Fright Club shop, boom, there it is now open, where we have our official merchandise for the channel for the Fright Club out
And
on that
it's
shop.
Literally frightclubshop.com.
Yes.
And the link for it is in the description of this video.
Excuse me. You can find the link down in the description below or type in www.frightclubshop.com. Be led there. This is the first phase of the shop. There will be more phases and more limited time merch that will be coming out, more cool artwork that Stephanie's been working on, stuff that we already have that we're just waiting to release later on. Whew.
Can't breathe.
I really can't breathe. My nose is now fully clogged. But yeah, so we did release that and all that stuff. So anybody who's been over there, we appreciate it. All purchases go to helping make sure that we can continue the channel content and evolving into what we want to with some more creative stuff on the way. And we just talked about some fun other things, and there's some logistic stuff there towards the end. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we had on the agenda for today. We'll be talking more Epic Universe stuff down the road. We'll kind of throw that in there. I remember we're a Horror Nights channel. But yeah, currently next on the list is logistics. That's the next topic. Video will be on that soon, hopefully. And what I'm hoping for is we can have the conversation of getting the podcast started.
Yes.
And then get into our next live stream a little bit from now. Maybe we'll be talking about speculation map. Maybe that might be the
That'd
next.
be fun.
That might be the next conversation, guys. I hope so. That'd be really cool. But shout out to all of you guys. Thank you so much for watching and supporting us. The support has meant a lot. Thank you for all the views, the comments, the likes. the donations, the recommitments, the commitments and stuff to the Fright Club. It means a lot from you guys. Seriously, it does. Just watching us, because we love this. You know, if it wasn't for this, I don't know what I would be doing in February. I really don't, because I want to talk Horror Nights. This is the way to do it with you guys. Get to talk with you. Obviously, I have no choice. I live with you. But
also, I'm going to put the Discord link in the chat.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We also have a Discord, by the way.
So if you were not
guys
in the
didn't know.
Discord and you want to talk about HHM more with other people,
With the Fright Club community, yeah.
Yeah.
My nose. My nose is so bad. Oh. Stuff's going to get that on there.
Yes.
Yes, if you guys are joining, everything I just went over, we got that. And if you guys have any questions as in regards to the shop, to the Fright Club shop, please email us at brianfromorlando@gmail.com. It's literally the name of the channel, brianfromorlando@gmail.com. Send us any questions that you guys have there, and we will get back to them as soon as we can. We'll try to and stuff. We might, depending on how tonight goes, get some sleep. This might be the only night I can actually sleep in and get sleep, so that'd be really great. So I might do that. But yeah, so Discord, the link for the Discord's now in the chat. You guys should see that pop up. If you guys want to become a Fright Club member, that is also in the description down below. You can check the link out there, as well as the shop. And other than that, all you fantastic people that are still watching, 108 right now, shout out to you guys, especially for the fact that we're getting this close to the end. You guys are the best. Yeah, it worked. Why?
It wasn't clickable.
Clickable. Did you do the right one? Do you guys hear Stephanie typing? Do you hear the tapping? Do you guys hear that? Just do www. Does that work?
Wait.
No?
You were talking and it made me type the wrong thing in.
Okay, Stephanie is messing up. She's hacking the stream right now.
I typed in Fright Club chat instead of shop.
Yeah, and True Thinker said, just join the Discord now. I want to send in my spec list. Absolutely, go for it. We'll be, if you guys are just joining the Discord, we'll be going through the process of getting you guys accepted and all that stuff. So just stay patient. We'll get on that here soon. We'll get that going so you guys can join a community. Did that work out, Steph? You get that?
Yes. Also, Chris said they cannot hear my typing over all of your sniffling.
Well, I'm doing the sniffling to make sure they don't hear your typing. Anyways, any last words? I realized that the viewer count is going up right now. I'm like, no. We're calling it.
Go back and watch from the beginning. If
Or
you're...
are we? What if we have some information that we want to relay to the audience here?
I don't know.
Hold up, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. One second. We're back. There we go. There's a mic. So you know what I'm talking about now? Should we say that now or should we wait? It's some interesting HHN stuff. Hey, we'll wait. Yeah. We'll wait till the next live stream. So 2 weeks from now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know when that date is. Here I am coming to you planned and prepared like a true. Okay. The next live stream would be scheduled March 12th. That seems like forever from now. But Tuesday, March 12th will be the current next live stream that we currently have planned, unless anything changes. We can talk about it then. Because I'm not going to put it in a video. I'll talk about it on the live stream. So hopefully we can delete it. Nobody ever hears of it again. So hope you guys sit on that little teaser for a little bit and stuff. Hopefully some of you suffer a little bit from it too.
We don't want that.
Steph doesn't want that.
He's just kidding.
I'm not. Hondo is dead serious.
Should we bring him over?
Speaking of Hondo, do you guys want to see Hondo for the closing of tonight's live stream?
Hondo.
Hey, everyone spam in the chat. Hondo.
Come here.
Come on, Hondo. Come over here, buddy. Come say hi to the people. The beautiful people. Look at you. What's up, buddy? Our little man.
Sit.
No, he doesn't have to. Let him.
I was just gonna
No,
have him
he's
sit.
a free dog. He does whatever he
Okay.
wants, man.
I was
He does
gonna
whatever he
have
wants.
him look at the camera.
He ain't gonna look at the camera. You ain't, because you don't listen very well.
He is now two, almost 2.5. Right?
Yeah.
Almost 2.5.
Yeah, he's getting old. He's got little
Do you
white
guys,
whiskers.
who was there when we just got him and we could hold him up? We were like, look, we got a
Do you
dog.
guys remember? And then when he like peed
Oh
on
yeah,
live
he
TV,
did pee on
he
the
peed
floor.
right on us, right on live TV. You guys, anybody was here during that? Do you guys remember when Hondo pissed live on TV?
And now he's so big.
Ugly.
No, he's
and stinky.
He's a baby.
We love him. Do we have baby Hondo pictures? We do.
Yes,
We
I
do.
will send them in the Discord.
Yeah, we'll post them in the Discord. So if you guys follow us in the Discord, you'll see that there. So, but anyways, to all of you guys, thank you so much for the continued support. It's been a blast, and this, I guess, rush of like support
Fear.
that we're getting, rush of fear. The support that we've been getting and stuff recently and stuff is really it's meant a lot. It's motivated us, and it's made us more excited to get into HHN conversations for this year, because we're excited to bring you everything that we can possible for you guys. So thank you all so much for the love and support. With that being said, that is going to be it. That tail, buddy. That's going to be it for us tonight, because we got to take Hondo out and try to get some shut-eye. So with that being said, love all of you guys. Thanks so much for the support. Till the next one, we'll look forward to see you guys there. And like always, see you guys at the fog. Peace out, everybody.
Bye.
I'm sniffing. I'm still sniffing.